We're here at the Whole Foods in El Segundo, Manhattan Beach, and I'm here with JJ Virgin, author of The Virgin Diet, best-selling New York Times. JJ, thanks for taking us on a tour through Whole Foods.
Oh, I know, it was fun, wasn't it?
Oh.
And enlightening for you, Missy
I was
sugar
amazed.
eater.
I have to tell you, I'm amazed, number one, how much sugar I'm eating. And I'm also amazed at
How much sugar you were eating.
We're eating, okay, effective today. And I'm also amazed at what I thought was healthy, in fact, is not.
Right. Well, it may not be healthy for you. You know,
Right.
the whole premise of the Virgin Diet is that most of us have some kind of leaky gut and food intolerance. And if you pull out these foods for 3 weeks, and heck, we can do anything for 3 weeks, treat our body as a chemistry lab, pull these foods out, swap in easier foods, and that's what we did. We went through the swaps. And then really check your symptoms, gas and bloating and fatigue and inability to lose weight and achy joints and skin problems, both when you start and then at the end, along with your weight. You can connect the dots between what you're eating and how you feel and what you weigh to really see, gee, should I eat this food? Does dairy work for me or does it not? You know, does gluten work for me? So you can design a diet customized to you that'll work for your health for the long haul.
So you talk a lot about food intolerance. Can you define food intolerance for us?
So I take some poetic license here. So I made this up myself.
Okay.
All right, because there's an idea of food intolerance being this immune issue, but when I talk about food intolerance, I'm looking at 3 areas. Genetics, things like celiac disease and lactose intolerance and gluten intolerance. Hormonal issues that you get, like insulin resistance, diabetes from sugar. And
Guilty.
and then immune issues. And there's everything from an outright allergy, like, you know, don't open the peanuts on the plane because someone's throat will close up, to the ones, and this is an area that is really emerging, this idea of delayed food sensitivities. Foods that are typically eating every single day, your gut's gotten more leaky, more permeable than it should be. And these foods actually are causing an immune response in your body. Again, those things I talked about, symptoms of gas and bloating and joint pain and fatigue and skin problems, accelerated aging. And when you pull these things out, the first couple of days you're like, oh, where are they?
Right.
You know?
I miss my cheese.
I want my cheese.
Where is
And
my cheese?
That's actually a great thing because your body tends to crave the very foods that are hurting it. At the end of the first week, you feel so dramatically different that it helps you stay on it. And I always say people come in because they want to lose weight fast,
Right.
but they stay because they feel so much better that they can't believe it. The biggest challenge I have with this program when someone's committed to it, like you did, is at the end of 3 weeks, they don't want to go back and do the testing piece to see, they go,
Right.
you know what, I don't even want to go there because I had no idea what feeling good felt like.
Right.
You know, we walk around kind of in a little bit of a food coma every day. We're tired, we're achy, we can't really think straight, we're a little bloated, and we just think that's just normal. I'm getting older.
Well, that's exactly right. I thought, well, maybe I'm just getting older, and that's why my stomach kind of just hurts sometimes. That's not normal.
No, that's not normal. Your body is sending you a little email.
So, what are the 7 foods that we need to completely eliminate?
Yeah, so you're going to eliminate these for 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then at the end of 3 weeks, we're going to take the top 4, what I call high fire, high food intolerance foods, and we're going to see how you do with those. So they are gluten, dairy, soy, eggs. Those are the top 4 high five foods.
Okay.
And then corn, peanuts, sugar, and artificial sweeteners. Now, you're going to pull out everything 100% for 3 weeks except for sugar.
Okay.
Because that would mean you're eating whale blubber. Sugar, the rule is no more than
Whale
5.
blubber does not sound good.
It's another diet book, the whale blubber diet, not mine. No more than 5 grams of added sugar, and not from, say, straight fructose, agave, high fructose corn syrup. But all the rest of that's going to go. At the end of 3 weeks, just corn and peanuts really are not foods that support your overall long-term health, especially corn. What do we feed cows and pigs to fatten them up?
Right. Corn.
Corn. Why would we eat Skinny Pop to lose weight?
Right.
Come on, it's like ridiculous.
Not needed.
So, but you're going to see, hey, for a lot of people, they've developed an intolerance to eggs, either because they use them every day because they're go-to protein, or they're buying cheap eggs, and you are what you eat, or it's from those vaccines. You know, vaccines have egg protein in them. But I find for a lot of people, if they, you know, start to deal with their stress, they take out the foods that are hurting them, they start doing things that heal their gut, pastured eggs will work.
Okay.
You know, so we'll see. But gluten's not a health food. For most people, I find they do better without dairy. It's not good for your skin. And soy is an endocrine disruptor.
So what's the first step? So I've decided to take your challenge.
Okay,
I'm gonna
that's the first step.
go home to my house.
Decide.
What do I have to do? Throw away everything in my pantry? Probably.
In your pantry, probably. So yeah, the first step is to decide.
Okay.
And to decide, hey, it's 3 weeks. I'm going to do these 3 weeks anyway. Why not now? I deserve this.
Okay.
I want to feel better. And that's why you take the symptoms quiz. You'll take the symptoms quiz in the Virgin Diet. That's going to show you, gee, how food intolerant am I, to help you connect the dots. Then you're going to go through and you're going to set up for success. You're going to go, all right, let's get the enemy out of the house.
Right.
And just get rid of those triggers for you. So the chips, right? And the crackers and the pasta. So you dump that stuff. You bring in the good stuff.
Okay.
Okay? And then you go through your 3 weeks and you start the day with your shake, which we now know you love.
I did love that
right?
shake.
So you start the day with the Virgin Diet shake. The first week you do 2 shakes a day. It makes it simple. You can keep going with that if you want. A lot of times I'll do it because it's easy.
One thing about the shake, you guys probably didn't see it, but behind the camera, my husband was licking the glass. So it helps because it seems like he's going to be on board. I mean, it's hard when you're the person in the house who's making all this different food and then everyone else is eating something else.
Well,
how do you handle that?
This is a great one. I'm glad you brought it up. But what I hear most often from people as they're making these meals is they go, my family wants to know why we're getting such better food.
Oh.
Because you're kind of made a leap of this.
That sounds like something
stuff,
my kids would say.
Right? But quinoa pasta with bolognese sauce.
Right.
Weird? No.
I'll have to try it.
I mean, so if you were making pasta,
you
just use quinoa or rice pasta instead.
Right.
No big deal. Kids love smoothies.
They do.
There's a whole lot of ways you can sneak vegetables into smoothies and they won't
My
know.
kids love smoothies.
So that's a simple thing. It's a lot of great soups, black bean soup, lentil soup. You can have amazing Mexican food. So it's just making these swaps.
Right.
And again, what I hear so often is people actually like the swaps better.
They do. It tastes better and it makes you feel better.
And that's the big thing. I mean, we shouldn't walk around with stomach pain.
So we spent time walking through the store, but there's a lot to choose from. I mean, we're in this gigantic, fabulous grocery store, but there's a lot to choose from. So how can someone know what to choose?
Okay, so what we did with Whole Foods was we actually created a Whole Food shopping list to make it simple.
Whole Food
so
shopping
we have
list.
shopping lists. We have shopping lists, but we have a Whole Food specific one. Because as you can tell, there's a lot of things in here that look great, but may not work for you.
Right.
That's the politically correct way to say this, right? Especially with the sugar things. So you use the Whole Food shopping list. We also have Virgin Diet approved meals that you can get delivered to your house.
Wow.
Frozen meals. Yeah, so you don't even have to think. $8, grass-fed beef, wild salmon.
Okay.
So, I mean, this is like simple to do. We have Virgin Diet bars. I still want people to eat real food whenever possible. But I also say carry your emergency food with you. So when you go through it, we've made this simple meal assembly. Like, let's just take some quinoa and some broccoli and wild salmon. This is not hard to do. And then carry a little emergency food like some nuts with you, right? And start the day with a shake.
So you don't have to be a vegetarian to do this diet.
Here's what I like to tell people about this program. This program is agnostic.
Right.
So you can be a diehard vegan, you can be a diehard paleo. Never get those two together, by the way. It's just horrible.
One or the other.
Yes, you can be anything in between. This lays over it. What I find is most vegans and vegetarians have more food intolerances because they rely so heavily on soy, gluten, and then dairy and eggs if they're a vegetarian. So I find they tend to be even worse than the average paleo person. But this works for everybody.
JJ Virgin, thank you so much for being
Thank
here with us
you.
in Whole Foods and taking me on an incredible tour. It probably has changed my life. Thank you.
We'll see, won't we?
We will.